Good evening, Tallahassee. Welcome to your Friday edition of FSU Weather. As we take a look outside at Doak Campbell right now, you can see just a few clouds, but otherwise picture perfect weather right now. We're feeling quite warm outside as we take a look across the Big Bend. Most of our temperatures are in the low to mid 80s. Look at this, our hot spot, 85 degrees over in Valdosta, but over down in Apalachicola, a little bit cooler at 74, but we're seeing those beautiful temperatures all around the Big Bend region. And right now our radar is showing very clear conditions. This is just some backscatter, but very nice weather outside as you step out. And maybe if you're going to springtime Tallahassee tonight, we do have a concert. It is gonna be a little bit cloudy though, but our temperatures for the most part are going to be in the 60s. As you're planning out your weekend, we're going to start in the 60s, warm our way up to 80 degrees by 6 o'clock. And for tonight's headlines, we're going to be tracking our next rainmaker here in Tallahassee. We're going to be checking out some severe weather. And when are we going to see the 90s return in our temperatures? All that and more on FSU Weather.
Good afternoon, Tallahassee. This is Matthew Wisnett with your Friday edition of FSU Weather. We're so glad you're here. Look at us, rising up just like the sun was today, bright and shiny. So a little bit of allergies today for me, as just the pollen was really out there today. Just a lot of sunshine, a little bit of clouds here and there. But for the weekend, we'll see some clouds really start pushing in. So for those weekend plans, you might just have to pay attention for later when we'll talk about our future forecast for this week and the storms we might be expecting this week. However, we've had opening day for MLB. It's just been a great time to be outside this week in Florida. Enjoy MLB, and Sweet 16 got off to a really big start last night with a great game for Texas Tech versus Arkansas, coming down to the last minute and having to be finished in overtime. So it's just a great time to really enjoy sports as well as enjoy the great weather we've had, even though it's been a little bit hot. However, Chris, here in Tallahassee, is that hotter temperatures just going to continue here?
Yeah, Matt, so we're kind of seeing those warmer temperatures really all around the region right now. Tallahassee, you're sitting at 80 degrees, and for other parts around the region, we're going to be sitting in the mid-70s over in St. George Island. But just beautiful weather. Make sure to get outside today. Another look at Doak Campbell Stadium, we'll see those beautiful blue skies with just a few clouds, but those warm temperatures will be really just dominating the region today. 84 degrees here in Perry. And now we're going to be talking about kind of when our next rain chances, and that's going to be over on Monday. Look at this, we have a 90% chance of rain. Our temperatures will be still pretty warm for the most part. I mean, check this out, by Wednesday we get to 88, but let's time out this rainmaker. Folks, check out all of that rain here, just drenching all of the southeastern U.S. right here. And we do have this front moving through the area, which is going to bring some more of heavier rain to much of the area, and that rain will begin to clear off by Monday night into Tuesday, but really just a soaker out here for the next couple days. Just very gloomy weather here in Tallahassee, but the good news is for now, no rain to worry about, so just picture perfect weather. Not a whole lot of action at the moment, but we're still seeing nice and warm. But if you're going to that concert, our temperatures are going to cool down into the low 70s, even into the upper 60s. But then as we go on to the early morning hours, we're going to be in the low 60s. If you're going to be walking your dog tomorrow, unfortunately, cloudy skies for most of the morning, but we will be reaching 72 degrees by 11 in the morning. For tomorrow, you can expect some cloudy conditions in the morning as you're walking your dog, but those clouds will clear for a little bit where we can get some peaks of sunshine, and we're going to be sitting at 83 degrees. For tomorrow afternoon, will look pretty similar to today. Our temperatures will be just a little bit above average. Our average is 76, but in Monticello, it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow. So a little bit on the warmer side of things for this time of year. But if you're going to the pool tomorrow, just okay weather. It's not, could be better. But we do have those clouds really even to the afternoon. Then those clouds clear a little bit by 3 and 5 o'clock, where we will be in the 80s. So it will be pretty nice cool weather later on the day, so if you do want to go to the pool, I'd say maybe just wait a little bit and then go over to the pool, or maybe if the pool's not your thing, you can head over to Panama City. It is going to be 79 degrees, but a little bit breezy. One thing to keep note though, if you are headed to Panama City Beach, we have a high rip current risk here, and we also have that rainmaker moving through this weekend. So Sunday just looks like a washout, folks. So I would say try to avoid the beach. We even have some rip current advisories in the area for this weekend. And taking a look at that 7-day, one last time, we see that warming trend after that cold front moves through the area. But Matt, what does the rest of Florida look like?
Yeah, Florida is looking really nice right now. Here across the state, we have some clouds around, but for the most part, it's looking really nice across the state. We're looking mid-80s for the most part. Orlando over here is sitting a little bit higher in those, a little bit lower, I should say, in those mid-upper 70s, but in the southern regions of Florida, we're seeing a little bit more wind coming off the Gulf as well as the Atlantic, so a little bit more windy conditions down south. However, we'll see this weekend, as Chris had predicted, we'll see a little bit more rain start pushing in Miami, so maybe on Sunday if you're going outside, you just might want to stay inside as the weather may not be cooperating very well for your outdoor plans. If you move a little bit farther north to Fort Myers, we'll see those storms actually arrive on Saturday and push all the way into Sunday, but we'll look at this. 88 on Tuesday, so going to get hot, and it's going to get hot in a hurry. Tampa, if you're going to the game today, should be a great time to see the Rays on opening day. Saturday, some clouds will persist, but by Sunday, we'll see the rain really show up, and then we'll have another chance of rain on Tuesday. But look at this, 87 degrees. We're starting to feel a little bit more like we're in May than it is April, as we're just going to get really hot, and that humidity might start coming back around. Orlando, we'll see the rain all of the weekend pretty much. A little bit less on Saturday, but by Sunday those storms will arrive, and by Monday and Tuesday as you go into the work week, could be a rainy drive into Orlando, but look at this, 88 degrees. So if you're like my mom and you really like those hot temperatures, guess what? It's gonna be hot, so you're gonna absolutely love it as we'll be getting really close to 90. Jacksonville, a little bit cooler than everybody else, but look, clouds will really keep you down in the dirt a little bit on Saturday as we'll be sitting in those upper 70s. But by Monday, we're right back with everyone else in those mid-80s for the most part. And that rain will start clearing out by Tuesday. Pensacola, really cooler than everybody else. I mean, look at this, 10 degrees cooler than everyone. As we'll see rain on Saturday, push all the way through Sunday. And on Monday, we'll have even heavier storms. So just a lot of rain for that area. Right now in Miami, we're seeing a little bit of cloud coverage push across and inland from east to west, so looking a little bit cloudy in some areas. In Central Florida, we're seeing the same type of deal with some clouds just pushing across the state. So overall, looking a little bit more cloudy than it is here in Tallahassee. We're sitting really nice, maybe a little clouds off in the Gulf, but for the most part, just clear skies, great time to enjoy it. Future radar, we're gonna see on Saturday, pretty clear for the most part, except in the western portions of the state. But by Sunday night is where we're gonna see a lot of those storms in Central Florida. This is just one model, so while it may not seem like there's a lot of rain in some areas, there could be rain in other models that we're not seeing, so make sure you know that ahead of time, as we could see some rain across the board here in the state of Florida. We'll see cloudy conditions tonight and tomorrow, 80s for the most part. But Chris, it's going to be a little stormy in Florida. Is that the case in the southeast as well?
Well, that's right, Matt. We do some stormy conditions on the way for the rest of the southeast, but at the moment, pretty nice for most of the southeast. Over in Birmingham, we do see some more sunny skies, a little bit warmer at 81 degrees. Over in Nashville, also pretty nice, 78. Maybe some clouds over in New Orleans, but overall, pretty nice weather. However, for other parts of the southeast, over in Louisiana and Texas, really along the border here, we do have a tornado watch in effect right now until 7 p.m. Central Time. So that means conditions are favorable for tornadic supercells to produce tornadoes. But right now, we don't have any warnings in effect at the moment, but be prepared and make sure to have a NOAA radio or some sort of communication to receive tornado warnings if they are issued. Here are those storms that are kind of in that tornado watch region right now. Some of these storms could rotate, and if the radar does indicate rotation, or if a storm spotter sees that, they will issue a tornado warning. Kind of zooming in on that, here is all of that rain. We can be seeing some damaging winds and even some hail with that storm system. But as it kind of moves to the east, really throughout the day on Sunday, Tallahassee can get a little bit of rain from that too. But look at this second band of heavy rain and even possibly some severe weather here. That's going to be moving through Atlanta and really just central Alabama through Monday afternoon. So make sure to pack that umbrella with you as you're beginning really the next week, even this weekend, just pretty gloomy weather. But for right now, we do have those thunderstorms over in Shreveport. You are at 73 degrees, but for the rest of the southeast, some clouds, but in other places like Montgomery, very nice and sunny weather at 83 degrees. For tonight's forecast, you need to expect cloud cover for most of the region, and those storms will really persist over in the state of Louisiana, even a little bit into Mississippi there, where Jackson's going to be seeing some rain tonight and your temperatures at 67 degrees. We're going to take a look at some of our spotlight cities around the southeast. Birmingham, you're going to get ready for that rainmaker on Sunday. We do have a 70% chance of thunderstorms, and we still have the chance for rain on Monday. We will cool down a little bit after that cold front moves through. And then Tuesday, going to see some more sunshine and we'll begin to warm up. But check out those lows. That was at 47 degrees. So going to be a little bit cooler after that warm front, but we should be warming up pretty quickly after that. Over in New Orleans, though, wet, stormy weekend ahead. I mean, just look at this. We have 80% chance of storms for Saturday, and that's just going to continue throughout Sunday and even into Monday. So your temperatures are going to be pretty warm, but it's still going to be pretty wet and just not very pleasant weather. But for tomorrow's forecast, you can see those storms begin to move in across the southeast, and we see that cloud cover for other parts of the southeast, like over in Atlanta and Charlotte. But now we're going to talk a little bit more about the severe weather threat with Matthew.
Yeah, the southeast is not the only area that's going to see a little bit more of an elevated risk for some severe weather. As we're going to see in the Midwest and Central Plains area tomorrow, we're going to see a slight risk for some severe weather. And it'll extend all the way down actually into that Oklahoma area. So you'll see right here, this just batch of rain just going to really hover through this area and bring a lot of rain to that area throughout tomorrow. And we're going to see even some stronger storms on the edge of Kansas tomorrow. So could see some stronger storms with maybe an isolated tornado or two. So if you are in those areas, make sure you start making your preparations tonight and taking those precautions, as even all the way in Ohio, we'll see a lot of rain tomorrow. So a lot of the eastern portion of the United States is just going to see a lot of nasty weather, to be honest. And then we'll see on Sunday, we'll see a enhanced risk. So an even greater risk on Sunday for even a bigger portion of the state, pretty much following the Mississippi River all the way north, as we'll see Nashville, Memphis, we'll see a lot of rain. Could see some flash flooding as well. Indianapolis, Louisville included in that circle. So could be a little bit more of a bad day to be outside on Sunday. So make sure you try to stay inside, maybe have a movie night or board games, as it just won't be a great day to be outside. We'll see Sunday, we'll see that band of rain all the way in the south. So here in Tallahassee, we might be able to see a little bit of that southern tip of it on Sunday night, bringing some rain to the area, but it'll continue to push eastern ways, I should say. And then we'll have even another band right here along the Mississippi that'll bring more severe weather as well. So it could be a really washout weekend here. Even in Mississippi, we'll see another band by Monday. So it could be a really rough start to the week for the most part in the southeast and across the eastern portion of the United States. Mississippi and Alabama, Sunday night is where we'll see a lot of our higher chance for tornadoes as it'll be crossing the Mississippi with those bands. So if you are in those areas, start making those preparations now, as it just could be a really not a great week to be out this weekend, especially on Sunday. Memphis, we'll see that rain on Saturday, and then that rain will slowly start decreasing on Sunday, but just a lot of rain overall. We'll see with the futurecast. I mean, just look at it. It just comes crawling in from the south. Just a lot of rain, and this is midday on Saturday, so it could be a washout on Saturday. Start clearing out by that dinner time. So for the most part, could be not a great day to be outside. We'll see Atlanta. We'll see a little bit more rain on that Sunday and Monday portions. And we could even see a little bit of some stronger gusts, close to 20 miles per hour, and some really strong bands of rain for the most part. So if you are in those areas, make those preparations, as it could be a little bit of a nasty day to be outside on Sunday. But Chris, what are you going to be doing this weekend with a little bit of a chaotic weather cycle?
That's right. So this weekend, I'm going to be actually studying for my Spanish exam on Monday. But the good news is I have some pretty nice weather to do so. I mean, we got beautiful sunny weather. I know we have a lot going on in the world of sports right now. We're in the kind of still in the Sweet 16, moving into the Elite 8. So I'm definitely looking forward to see how my bracket holds over these next couple days as March Madness begins to wrap up here soon. But I'm definitely looking forward to this beautiful weather that we have in the meantime. But not really looking forward to Sunday, where we're going to have some more of those storms on the way. So make sure to just really bring that umbrella. You're going to want it, especially on Monday morning, where we could be seeing some of that rain move into the area here in Tallahassee. And really just make sure you're weather aware. I mean, we have a lot of severe weather. We have a pretty big area across most of the country right now, or especially like in the plains, where we have some slight and even enhanced risks of severe weather. So I remember seeing places like Joplin. There's many places that have been under that risk for severe weather. So make sure, just be weather aware this weekend as we see a lot of rain moving in throughout the country. But make sure to follow us on X at FSU Weather. Be sure to like us on Facebook at FSU Weather. And also be sure to check out our Instagram page at FSU Weather. Make sure to subscribe to FSU Weather on YouTube. Make sure to turn on notifications, hit the like button, and also follow us on TikTok. And now, here's one last look at your 7-day forecast. Have a nice Friday, everyone.